Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the top 8 single elimination bracket of the Blue Moon Tournament. I am Mercury Wings, your host, and this match is going to be a quarterfinal match after 8 long weeks of preliminaries. On our left side, we're going to have Neryth, and on our right side, we're going to have Eurasia. So they've decided to get started, so let us get started as well. Eurasia getting started right off the bat with a killer man that's going to decross Neryth before he can do the same to Eurasia with Dust Cross's charge shot. Fortunately for Neryth, he's going to get the area advantage and be able to stay out of range of Eurasia's slash cross. Neryth is choosing not to use the fast gauge during that first turn or the chip behind it. It looks like he's going to hold on to that for the second turn, most likely not wanting to get his fast gauge countered by a potential slow gauge. With Eurasia being confused by his color glitch, his beast out is not going to automatically aim that wind rack the way he expected, but the electric pulse with uninstall is going to connect. Now Neryth does have to keep in mind that he no longer has super armor and therefore no longer has that combination you get with Tomahawk Cross of super armor and status guard, and he's going to get decrossed by Element Man SP, but he's going to fire back with Killer Man and presumably place the poison seed just like that. But now he's got to figure out a way to stay alive with that 550 HP long enough to let the poison do its work. You do see 3 pulses on this custom screen. That is not a Destroy Pulse PA. I see 2 Pulse 1s here, and it looks like Neryth is going to hold out for the PA. Another option he could have would be to fire off all 3 pulses, but you consider that the Destroy Pulse produces very long duration of blindness, more damage, paralysis, and a custom HP bug. It's no wonder that he wants to hold out and make sure he can actually get that PA off. And Biz going to protect him for most of this turn. Once again, Neryth not having a Destroy Pulse PA. This time he has 2 Pulse 2s here. And it looks like he's going to just use a Pulse and a Wind Rack and continue to try to just dig for that PA. The downside to using just a couple of chips per turn is that the fewer chips you use, the fewer chips you cycle, and the fewer chips you cycle, the less likely it is for you to draw what you want. That is that is one of the drawbacks to using PA folders, and it's possible that it could give Eurasia some time to find what he needs to finish Neryth off. But so far, it seems to be going alright for Neryth. He's been at 550 HP for at least 2 turns here, and been steadily chipping away at Eurasia with the poison, with the chips he has been choosing. So Eurasia going to go into Charge Cross to start increasing his chip selection. Trap going up for Eurasia, another Invis going up for Neryth, and the Mirror Masa not going to connect. For Eurasia, this is all about waiting out those Invis chips that Neryth keeps using under that fast gauge. When you've got a fast gauge, that Invis is going to last for actually beyond a full turn. I believe it's going to be something like one turn plus 1 second or something like that. That's not exact, but it gives you an idea. That the point being, if you're running fast gauge, it helps with your defense because you can sit there and chain Invis for really long periods of time, which, if your opponent doesn't have any way to pierce Invis, it kind of just leaves them at a standstill for a long amount of time, not able to do much that matters. It also disrupts offensive strategies that involve charging busters, charging chips. It looks like Eurasia's going to switch traps here, as he throws an Invis to rush, and he's going to lose anti-damage to Buster Shot, and words fail me here. The Element Man not going to connect. Chrono Force coming out for Eurasia, but it is staring straight at Neryth's life bar. We have to assume that if Neryth has a win rat on his custom screen, that it will be chosen, and it will be chosen early. On Neryth's side of the screen, we would definitely be seeing a Meteor Knuckle matched out here if he had it, as that would break up the panels. But it's turning out that he didn't need the Meteor Knuckle because he's able to fire off the pulse to keep Eurasia from knocking down the R before Chrono Force connected. And we see that Eurasia did not have a win rack anyway. His first chip was the fire hit. Now we see for Neryth that he is going ahead and use the electric pulses because the 2 pulse 3s came so late that he just couldn't justify waiting any longer. And the same thing seems to be happening for his Poison Pharaoh PA as well. Meteor Knuckle going to get blocked by Invis, and Eurasia going to fight back with the roll, and Neryth not going to successfully place himself before firing off that poison seed. So he's kind of going to go for a 3-pointer there, but the poison seed not going to connect. Now I see Eurasia going into Killer Cross, possibly to use a machine gun, possibly to prepare to go into... No, not likely to prepare to go into Killer Beast, but possibly with a machine gun. But that's going to open the door for Tenryman SP to drop his health to critical just like Neryth's. Now we're going to see what Neryth decides to do to finish off that last little bit of health. And it looks like he's going to go into Beast Over and take advantage of the fact that those 2 destroy pulses pierce Invis and pierce the flash animation. So Eurasia is going to need an R or multiple anti-damages in order to survive this, and that's not going to happen if Neryth is going to get the first win. Neryth up 1-0 here. Despite the really unfortunate start for Neryth, Neryth is able to stay alive long enough to claw his way back into it. Neryth having 3 area grabs this time on his custom screen, and we're going to see how many he decides to use. The options he has are using all 3 in trying to back row an Anubis. Looks like he's just going to use all 3, period. One thing, there's another uninstall from Eurasia right at the beginning, and Eurasia is going to unfortunately counter Judgeman with Invis, thus losing his Invis, and he's going to get hit by the Judgeman, which will let Neryth fire off the rock cubes at him, and there is the fast gauge. Now, the advantage of dropping all 3 area grabs there is that Neryth definitely has area control right now. The problem is when Eurasia picks up his area grabs, Neryth used 3 area grabs and got 2 columns out of it. So when Eurasia gets his, he'll be advantaged by 1 grab because Neryth has used so many of his already. The other thing Neryth has to worry about is a possible grab revenge, possible grab advantage, a Judgeman that would turn out really big for Neryth right here. Sorry, really big for Eurasia right here. So Neryth is going to want to do is take advantage of this area while he has it, and indeed there's the grab revenge, and Neryth, like Eurasia, is going to fire off an unfortunate Invis counter. He's going to fire off that Invis and get it pierced by the grab revenge. There's a tail arrow coming from Eurasia. I don't know if Neryth has enough frames to dodge that, and he does not. He's going to get deep crossed, and even worse, he's going to donate his Killer Man to Anti-Navi and get paralyzed again. Very bad turn for Neryth, and we're going to see if he is able, like last time, to pull it back from out of nowhere. Once again, those 3 pulses on his custom screen are not a Destroy Pulse PA. This is 2 Pulse 1s here. The Poison Seed and the Anubis, that's not a PA either. The counter is going to come out to stop his first machine gun, but the second is going to come out and turn Neryth into Swiss cheese, giving Eurasia the second win. So here we are at 1-1, and this is going to be the 3rd game. This is going to be for everything. Once again, for both of the players' tournament lives. One odd time for me to fall silent, huh? But both players are going to go into their ship selection crosses. Neryth into Dust Cross, and Eurasia into Charge. Neryth does have to watch out for Killer Man. He also has to watch out for machine guns because he's relying on that Dust Cross for a chip selection that is going to help him find those 2 PAs. He has not been fortunate enough to find either of his 2 program advances at all during this battle, and he's still been able to hold his own without it. So he has to be thinking that if he could just find the right ship, that things will swing in his favor. Digging 4, and there is indeed the first PA that Neryth is able to pick up. It's going to be a Poison Pharaoh PA, and Neryth will definitely want to do what he can to make sure that gets in the back row. Failing that, he could also want to place it on a holy panel. One thing to note is that Charge Cross's Charge Shot is pseudo-breaking, and one of the properties of pseudo-breaking attacks is that they will destroy any object they hit regardless of HP. So if Nick, well, first off, Neryth is going to want to back row that. If he can't back row that, he's going to want to put it on a holy panel, probably on this row right here, so he can stand in front of it and prevent Eurasia from knocking it down with his charge cross. Eurasia choosing not to cross cancel, and that is going to make him unable to move into position to block that Poison Pharaoh, and now Eurasia has to deal with a back row Poison Pharaoh, and he's even going to get his Element Man blocked by Invis. So Eurasia with only 2 spaces to move, losing HP, probably about as fast as he would be losing it in the very tired state, unable to reach his opponent Neryth, and this is turning out to be very bad for Eurasia. He doesn't have Beam Breaker, he does not have Dust Cross. Trying to think what he might have to get that Poison Pharaoh off the field. The only things I'm thinking of are Boomer and Blast Man. And we'll see if Eurasia has one of those. There's the Wind Rack and the Grab Revenge that's going to help with the area issue, but it still won't do anything about the Poison Pharaoh in the back row. And since Grab Revenge does not share code with Boomer or the Blast Man that I expect to see from him, then he's not going to be able to get rid of the Poison Pharaoh. But the Poison Pharaoh does have an expiration date, and that does temporarily save Eurasia's. It does temporarily save Eurasia's bacon. Now, 150 HP does not seem like much to work with, and indeed it's not. But it's a far, far cry better than 0, and I have seen wins happen from that 150 HP. Neryth does not have the Destroy Pulse here, but this is a case where it might actually be better for him, because three separate attacks are going to cut through traps one at a time, going to cut through undershirt one at a time, and the trap is not even anti-damage, and that will spell Eurasia's doom and Neryth's victory. So this will be Neryth advancing to the semifinals with a 2-1 victory and eliminating Eurasia. Very well played on the part of both players. We thank you for giving us that treat to watch. And for those of you watching, I thank you for tuning in. Mercury Wings, over and out.